Okay, hello and welcome to this month's offering of Scenes, our little extra offering to you, our beloved patrons, and we hope very much that you enjoy them. We have 4 scenes to show you. This week's theme is scenes we haven't done before, as just scenes. So I basically picked 4 random ones just for fun, because we have a huge number now in the scenes folder, and it's like, okay, I'm just going to pick ones that I don't think I've ever picked before. So we're going to start with a scene from Antony and Cleopatra, which features Debbie and Valentina as Enobarbus and Menas. And they're going to be discussing matters kind of hierarchical. Just so basically 2 people, 2 professionals exchanging opinions on life and days and things. Anyway, here come Debbie and Valentina. Enjoy a little Antony and Cleopatra.
Thy father Pompey would never have made this treaty. You and I have known, sir.
At sea, I think.
We have, sir.
You have done well by water.
And you by land.
I will praise any man that will praise me, though it cannot be denied what I have done by land.
No, what I have done by water.
Yes, something you can deny for your own safety. You have been a great thief by sea.
And you by land.
There I deny my land service. But give me your hand, Menas. If our eyes had authority, here they might meet, take 2 thieves kissing.
All men's faces are through whomsoever their hands are.
But there's never a fair woman has a true face.
Ooh, no slander, they steal hearts.
We come hither to fight with you.
Oh, for my part, I am sorry, it is turned to a drinking. Pompey doth this day laugh away his fortune.
If he do, sure he cannot weep back again.
You have said, sir, we looked not for Mark Antony here. Pray you, is he married to Cleopatra?
Caesar's sister is called Octavia.
True, sir, she was the wife of Caius Marcellus.
But she is now the wife of Marcus Antonius.
Oh, pray, sir.
'Tis true.
Then is Caesar and he forever knit together?
If I were bound to divine this unity, I would not prophesy so.
I think the policy of that purpose made more in the marriage than the love of the parties.
I think so too. But you shall find the band that seems to tie their friendship together will be the very strangler of their amity. Octavia is of a holy, cold, and still conversation.
We will not have his wife so.
Not he that himself is not so, which is Mark Antony. He will choose Egyptian dish again. Then shall the sighs of Octavia blow the fire in Caesar, as I said before, that which is the strength of their amity shall prove the immediate author of their variance. Antony will use his affection where it is. He married but his occasion here.
And thus it may be. Come, sir, will you aboard? I have a health for you.
I shall take it, sir. We have used our throats in Egypt.
Come, let's away.
All right. So moving on from our pirates, we now have a scene for Romeo and Juliet. Always a favorite play, not a bad scene in it, always great fun to do. There are certain scenes that we've done a lot, and this is a scene which I don't think we've ever done just as a scene, which is Nurse and Juliet. This is featuring the wonderful Olga with Valentina again, who's putting in overtime this week. Thank you very much, Valentina. This is Juliet waiting impatiently for night to bring her Romeo. And then in comes Nurse with news that changes things a little. A fabulous scene, 2 brilliant actors. So let's go to Verona and see what news comes to Juliet.
Oh, gallop apace, you fiery-footed steeds, towards Phoebus' lodging. Such a wagoner as Phaeton would whip you to the west and bring in cloudy night immediately. Oh, spread thy claws, curtain love-performing night, that runaways' eyes may wink, and Romeo leap to these arms, untalked of and unseen. Lovers can see to do their amorous rites, and by their own beauties, or if love be blind, it best agrees with night. Come, civil night, thou sober-suited matron all in black, and learn me how to lose a winning match. Played for a pair of stainless maidenhoods, hood my unmanned blood bating in my cheeks with thy black mantle, till strange love grew bold. Think true love acted simple modesty. Come night, come Romeo, come thou day in night, for thou wilt lie upon the wings of night, whither then news know upon a raven's beck. Come, gentle night, come, loving black brow night, give me my Romeo, and when I shall die, take him and cut him out in little stars, and he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night and pay no worship to garish sun. Oh, I have brought the mention of a love, but not possessed it, and though I am sold, not yet enjoyed. So tedious is this day, as is the night before some festival, to an impatient child that hath new robes and may not wear them. Oh, here comes my nurse, and she brings news of every tongue that speaks, but Romeo's name speaks heavenly eloquence. Now, nurse, what news? What hast thou there? The cords that Romeo bid thee fetch.
Aye, the cords.
Ay me, what news? Why dost thou wring thy hands?
Oh, Will-a-day, he's dead! He's dead! We are undone, lady, we are undone. Like the day, he's gone, he's killed, he's dead.
Can heaven be so envious?
And Romeo can, though heaven cannot. Oh, Romeo, Romeo, whoever would have thought it? Romeo!
Demon art thou that dost torment me thus? This torture shall be roared in dismal hell. Hath Romeo slain himself? Say thou but I, and that bare vowel, I shall poison more than the death-darting eye of cockatrice. I am not I, if there be such an eye, or those eyes shot that make thee answer I. If he be slain, say I, or if not, no. Brief sounds, determine of my weal or woe.
I saw the wound, I saw it with mine eyes. God save the mark here on his manly breast. A piteous course, a bloody, piteous course. Pale, pale as ashes, all bedaubed in blood, all in gore blood. I sounded at the sight.
Oh, break my heart. Poor bankrupt, break at once. To prison I snare look on liberty, while earth to earth reside, and motion here.
Oh, Tybalt, the best friend I had, a courteous Tybalt, honest gentleman, that ever I should live to see thee dead.
What storm is this that blows so contrary? Is Romeo slaughtered? And is Tybalt dead? My dearest cousin, and my dearer lord, that dreadful trumpet to sound the general doom, for who is living if those two are gone?
Tybalt is gone, and Romeo banished. Romeo that killed him, he is banished.
Oh God! Did Romeo's hand shed Tybalt's blood?
It did, alas, the day it did. Oh, serpent heart hid with a flowering face.
Oh, did ever dragon keep so fair a cave? Beautiful tyrant, fiend angelical, ravenous dove-feathered raven, wolvish railing lamb, despise substance of thy finest show, just opposite to what thou justly seemst. Damn saint, an honourable villain, oh nature, what hast thou done? to do in hell, when thou didst bower the spirit of a fiend in mortal paradise of such sweet flesh? Oh, was ever book containing such vile matter so fairly bound? Oh, that the seed should dwell in such a gorgeous palace!
There's no trust, no faith, no honesty in men, all perjured, all forsworn, all naught, all dissemblers. Oh, where's my man? Give me some aqua vitae. These griefs, these woes, these sorrows make me hold. Shame come to Romeo.
Oh, blister be thy tongue, for such a wish. He was not born to shame. Upon his brow shame is ashamed to sit, for 'tis a throne where honour may be crowned, sole monarch of the universal earth. Oh, what a beast was I to chide him!
Will you speak well of him that killed your cousin?
Shall I speak ill of him that is my husband? Ah, poor my lord, what tongue shall smooth thy name, when I, thy 3 hours' wife, have mangled it? But wherefore, villain, didst thou kill my cousin? That villain cousin would have killed my husband. Back, foolish tears, back to your native spring. Your tributary drops belong to woe, which ye, mistaking, offer up to joy. My husband lives, that Tybalt would have slain, and Tybalt dead, that would have slain my husband. Oh, this is comfort. Wherefore weep I then? Some words there was worse than Tybalt's death, that murdered me. I would forget it fain, but oh, it presses to my memory, like damned guilt deeds to sinner's mind. Tybalt is dead, and Romeo banished. That banished, that one word, banished, hath slain 10,000 Tybalts. Tybalt's death was woe enough if it had ended there, or if so a world delights in fellowship, oh, and needly will be ranked with other griefs. Why, followed not when she said Tybalt's dead, thy father or thy mother, nay, or both, which modern lamentation might have moved, but which a reward following Tybalt's death, Romeo is banished. To speak that word is father, mother, Tybalt, Romeo, Juliet, all slain, all dead. Is banished. There's no end, no limit, measure, bound in that word's death. No words can that woe sound. Is my father and my mother nurse.
Weeping and wailing over Tybalt's course. Will you go to them? I will bring you thither.
Wash their wounds, wash they his wounds with tears. Mine shall be spent when theirs are dry for Romeo's banishment. Take up those cords, poor ropes. You are beguiled. Both you and I, for Romeo is exiled. He made you for highway to my bed, but I am made thy maiden widowed. Come, court, come, nurse, I'll to my wedding bed, and the death, not Romeo, take my maidenhead.
Hie to your chamber. I'll find Romeo to comfort you. I wot well where he is. Hark you, your Romeo will be here at night. I'll to him. He's hid at Lauren's cell.
I'll find him. Give this ring to my true knight, and bid him come to take his last farewell.
That is just always such a great scene. Why don't we do it more? Gonna have to do some more Romeo and Juliet sometime. Anyway, that's not the year for it, not this year. So scene 3 is, I say, I don't know, could I say it's a more obscure one? It's from Henry VI, Part 2, the first Henry play that Shakespeare actually wrote. And it's a little scene which always tickles me, but again, it's not so familiar to many people. Duke Humphrey being persuaded by his young little trophy wife, Duchess Eleanor, to maybe do something that he doesn't really want to. So it's almost like what we have here is a little dry run for Mr. and Mrs. Macbeth. things go a little differently for this couple. So on this occasion, this is me and Jenny playing a scene. So let's see how it goes for this Duke Humphrey. Why droops my lord like over-ripened corn, hanging the head at Ceres' plenteous load? Why doth the great Duke Humphrey knit his brows, as frowning at the favours of the world? Why are thine eyes fixed to the sullen earth, gazing on that which seems to dim thy sight? What seest thou there? King Henry's diadem, enchased with all the honours of the world? If so, gaze on, and grovel on thy face until thy head be circled with the same. Put forth thy hand, reach at the glorious gold. What, is't too short? I'll lengthen it with mine, and having both together heaved it up, we'll both together lift our heads to heaven, and never more abase our sight so low as to vouchsafe one glance unto the ground.
Oh, Nell, sweet Nell, if thou dost love thy lord, banish the canker of ambitious thoughts, and may that thought, when I imagine ill against my king and nephew, virtuous Henry, be my last breathing in this mortal world. My troublous dreams this night doth make me sad.
Oh, what dreamed my lord? Tell me, and I'll requite it with sweet rehearsal of my morning's dream.
Methought this staff, mine office badge in court, was broke in twain. By whom? I have forgot. But as I think, it was by the cardinal, and on the pieces of the broken wand were placed the heads of Edmund, Duke of Somerset, and William de la Pole, first Duke of Suffolk. This was my dream. What it doth bode, God knows.
This was nothing but an argument that he that breaks a stick of Gloucester's grove shall lose his head for his presumption. But list to me, my Humphrey, my sweet Duke. Methought I sat in seat of majesty in the Cathedral Church of Westminster, and in that chair where kings and queens were crowned, where Henry and Dame Margaret kneeled to me, and on my head sat the diadem.
Nay, Eleanor, then I must chide outright. Presumptuous dame, ill-nurtured Eleanor, art thou not second woman in the realm, and the protector's wife, beloved of him? Hast thou not worldly pleasure at command, above the reach or compass of thy thought? And wilt thou still be hammering treachery to tumble down thy husband and thyself from top of honour to disgrace his feet? Away from me, and let me hear no more.
What, my lord? Are you so choleric with Eleanor for telling but her dream? Nay, next time I'll keep my dreams unto myself, and not be checked.
Nay, be not angry. I am pleased again.
My Lord Protector, 'tis his highness' pleasure you do prepare to ride unto St. Albans, whereas the king and queen do mean to hawk.
I go. Come now, thou wilt ride with us?
Yes, my lord. I'll follow presently. Follow I must. Okay, now for the final scene today, we are going to hop back to Romeo and Juliet, and we're going to visit the other side of the Romeo and Juliet kind of balance. And we're going to see the first scene between Romeo and the friar. So Friar Lawrence has come out for a quiet walk in the dawn to pick some nice medicinal herbs and consider life, the universe, and everything. And along comes a young friend of his with some moderately surprising news. So here we have Dewi and Bridget as our friar and our Romeo, Let us see how the young man takes or delivers his news.
The grey-eyed morn shines on the frowning night, checkering the eastern clouds with streaks of light, and fleckled darkness, like a drunkard reels from forth day's path, and Titan's burning wheels. Now ere the sun advance his burning eye, the day to cheer, and night's dank dew to dry, I must upfill this osier cage of ours with baleful weeds and precious duelist flowers. The earth's that's nature's mother is her tomb. What is her burying grave that is her womb? And from her womb children of divers kind we sucking on her natural bosom find. Many for virtues excellent, none but for some, and yet all different. Oh, mickle is the powerful grace that lies in plants, herbs, stones, and their true qualities. For naught so vile that on earth doth live, but to the earth some special good doth give. Nor aught so good, but strained from that fair use, revolts from true birth, stumbling on abuse. Virtue itself turns vice, being misapplied, and vice sometime by action dignified. Within the infant rind of this weak flower, poison hath residence, and medicine power. For this being smelt, with that part cheers each part, being tasted stays all senses with the heart. Two such opposed kings encamp them still, in man as well as herbs, grace and rude will. And where the worser is predominant, for soon the canker death eats up that plant.
Good morrow, Father.
Benedicity! What early tongue so sweet saluteth me? Young son, it argues a distempered head, so soon to bid good morrow to thy bed. Care keeps his watch in every old man's eye, and where care lodges, sleep will never lie. Where unbruised youth with unstuffed brain doth couch his limbs, there golden sleep doth reign. Therefore thy earliness doth me assure thou art uproused with some distemperature. Or if not so, then here I hit it right. Our Romeo hath not been in bed tonight.
The last is true. The sweeter rest was mine.
God pardon sin. Wast thou with Rosaline?
Rosaline, my ghostly father. No, I have forgot that name, and that name's woe.
That's my good son. But where hast thou been then?
I'll tell thee, ere thou ask it me again. I have been feasting with mine enemy, where on a sudden one hath wounded me that's by me wounded. Both our remedies within thy help and holy physic lies. I bear no hatred, blessed man, for lo, my intercession likewise steads my foe.
Be plain, good son, rest homely in thy drift. Riddling confession finds but riddling shrift.
Then plainly know, my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet. As mine on hers, so hers is set on mine, and all combined, save what thou must combine by holy marriage. The when and where and how we met, we wooed and made exchange of vow, I'll tell thee as we pass. But this I pray, that thou consent to marry us today.
Holy St. Francis, what a change is here! Is Rosaline, that thou didst love so dear, so soon forsaken? Young men's love then lies not truly in their hearts, but in their eyes. Jesu Maria, what a deal of brine hath washed thy sallow cheeks for Rosaline! How much salt water thrown away in waste to season love that of it doth not taste! The sun not yet thy sighs from heaven clears, thy old groans yet ringing in my ancient ears. Lo, here upon thy cheek the stain doth sit of an old tear that is not washed off yet. If e'er thou wast thyself, and these woes thine, thou and these woes were all for Rosaline. And art thou changed? Pronounce this sentence then. Women may fall when there's no strength in men.
Thou chidest me oft for loving Rosaline,
For doting, not for loving, pupil mine.
and badst me bury love.
Not in a grave, to lay one in, another out to have.
I pray thee, chide me not. Her I love now doth grace for grace and love for love allow. The other did not so.
Oh, she knew well. Thy love did read by rote that could not spell. But come, young waverer, come, go with me. In one respect I'll thy assistant be. For this alliance may so happy prove to turn your household rancour to pure love.
Oh, let us hence. I stand on sudden haste.
Wisely and slow. They stumble that run fast.
And there we are. That's the end of this month's offering. We hope you have enjoyed them as much as we have enjoyed entertaining you this month. We will see you on June the 11th with our full script, full play, online Midsummer Night's Dream, which everybody is getting very excited about, including me. Always love it as a play. Honestly, not a bad line in it. Always so much fun to do. We're also in the run-up to doing our in-person 90-minute edit of Midsummer Night's Dream, which will be July the 16th at the Hilldrop Community Centre in North London to support Geraldine's local neighbourhood. If any of you, our fabulous patrons, are able to join us, please let me know, because as part of your patronage, you clearly get free tickets for anything that we do live. So please let me know. It would be our absolute pleasure to put you on the list and see you there on the day. They do fabulous homemade refreshments and things. They're all baked by people in the community. So very much recommended as a good afternoon out. Beyond that, we will see you on the 11th of June for Midsummer Night's Dream. And until then, we hope you are well and happy and take care of yourselves. And we'll see you very soon. Fare you wells. There might be a little spoon dance coming, so don't turn off yet.